My best friend kept joking that my boyfriend was too hot for me, until I found out she'd been secretly DMing him. So my supposed best friend Tara wouldn't stop telling me that my boyfriend Caleb was way too hot for me, and honestly I should have seen where this was going months ago. It started when we first got together. She'd make these comments like, "Wow, how'd you land him?" and "Better watch out before someone steals him." But she'd laugh like she was joking, so I let it slide. Every time we hung out, she'd bring up how he looked like he belonged with an Instagram model, not someone normal like me. At first I tried to laugh along, thinking she was just surprised because Caleb is admittedly really attractive and I'm just average, but it kept getting worse. She'd show me pictures of his exes talking about how they were all 10s, and asking if I felt intimidated. When we'd all go out, she'd make jokes about being my bodyguard to keep other girls away from him because clearly I couldn't handle the competition. The comments got more specific and cruel. She'd say things like, "Good thing he values personality," and "At least you know he's not shallow," which sounds nice until you realize what she's actually saying. My own confidence was shattered. I started getting paranoid every time he talked to another woman, wondering if everyone thought the same thing Tara did. 2 weeks ago, we're at her birthday party and she's drunk. She pulls me aside and goes, "Real talk, you know this thing with Caleb won't last, right? Guys like him don't stay with girls like us. They experiment, then go back to their level." I asked what the hell she meant by girls like us, and she goes, "You know, average girls, the practice girlfriends before they find their actual wife." I walked away before I said something I'd regret, but I was fuming. Caleb noticed something was wrong, and when I told him what she said, he got this weird look on his face. He goes, "She said stuff like that before, hasn't she?" I admitted everything, all the comments over the months, and he was pissed. Not at me, but at her. Turns out Tara had been messaging him on Instagram for weeks. Nothing super explicit, but lots of just checking in messages and selfies and comments about how he deserved someone who understood him better. She'd been telling him I was insecure about other women talking to him, trying to make me look crazy and possessive. He showed me everything she'd sent, including one message where she said, "You could do so much better, but I guess you'll figure that out yourself." We decided to confront her together. The next day, we asked her to meet us for coffee. When she showed up, she was all smiles until she saw Caleb pull out his phone. He started reading her messages out loud right there in the coffee shop. Her face went white, then red, then she started trying to explain how we were misunderstanding everything. I cut her off and said, "No, we understand perfectly. You wanted him and thought if you destroyed my confidence enough, I'd either leave or he'd realize he was too good for me. You're not my friend. You're a pathetic snake who spent months pretending to care about me while trying to steal my boyfriend." She tried to flip it, saying Caleb was leading her on by responding to her messages. He laughed and showed her how every single response was one or two words like "okay" or "thanks," while she sent paragraphs. Then he goes, "Even if I was single, I'd never date someone who treats their friends like garbage. You're exactly the kind of person I avoid." She started crying, saying we were ganging up on her, and that she was just looking out for me because she didn't want me to get hurt when he inevitably left. I told her the only person who hurt me was her, and that she needed to get therapy for whatever issues made her think this behavior was acceptable. The whole coffee shop was staring at this point. She grabbed her stuff and stormed out, but not before saying, "When he cheats, don't come crying to me." Caleb responded, "Why would she cry to the person who tried to make it happen?" That was 2 weeks ago. She's tried reaching out through mutual friends, saying I overreacted and threw away years of friendship over a misunderstanding. I told everyone exactly what happened and showed them screenshots of her messages to Caleb. Most people were disgusted and cut her off too. One friend, Sarah, said she'd done similar things to her sister years ago, but nobody believed it at the time. My confidence is still recovering, but Caleb's been amazing about it. He randomly tells me specific things he loves about me and reminds me that he chose me, not the other way around. Last night he goes, "You know what's actually unattractive? People who tear others down to feel better about themselves." Not gonna lie, I don't miss her at all. Real friends hype you up, not try to convince you that you're not worthy of love.